Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, October 5th, 2017. It's a rainy morning on my way to work this morning. It's actually been raining all week. As a matter of fact, I think we're getting way more rain now than we ever did during Hurricane Irma. And there have been flash flood warnings in the area, and everything's been soaked. Everything's underwater. I think it's more dangerous now than it was during the hurricane. Be interesting to stop by the river to see how much overflowed it is, if it is overflowed. It's just been raining non-stop. I think since last weekend. Anyhow, I just want to let you know what's going on. If you've been following the series, and you know, yesterday I made a video to promote Leonard's website for money-making opportunity, and apparently it created a lot of controversy. Now, I appreciate all the people who are jumping in to try to protect me and other viewers from potential scams and whatnot. I'm not so sure if Leonard's business was a scam. I haven't checked it out yet myself, and I would find it hard to believe it to be a scam, because I kind of feel like I know Leonard, and he's a good man, and I don't think he'd do anything scammy. But per his request, I have removed the link to the business because too many people were creating an uproar, and Leonard was afraid that it was affecting my channel and making it look bad, saying that, you know, I was promoting a scam. Now, I haven't, like I said, I haven't checked out the business itself, but I suspect it's an online course for marketing materials that he's going to provide, and I don't really know more about it other than, you know, checking it out myself to see what it's all about. But it does make me a little bit happy and sad in a way as to what happened. I appreciate all of you who are jumping in to try to protect me and stuff, but I hope that you are, you know, 100% sure that it was indeed a scam, because, you know, just because something's online doesn't mean it is a scam. I've had online businesses that were successful before, but, you know, like my software and whatnot, people might consider that a scam. Whoa, there's water. I've had businesses online, and I've seen other businesses online that make money, but it seems like nowadays everyone who sees something online automatically think it's a scam, and some people start flagging it as a scam without even checking it out. So make sure that you're 100% certain before you go around, you know, accusing someone of something, would be my thing. Now, the links have been removed per Leonard's request because he was getting a lot of what he considers trolls, but I think they were people who had concerns. And Leonard, just so you know, what was flagging it was me. I had put an automatic filter on the channel, you know, so that certain keywords would trigger a hold, and I could have released your comments, but you know, per your request, everything's been removed. I put it there because of trolls and whatnot who were using certain keywords. But I'm sorry that it didn't work out. If you wanted me to run it again, I'll run it again. I do feel sad that you know, some people may be jumping to conclusions without really checking things out. I don't know what it's all about as of this moment. I haven't had a chance to check out his program yet. I do know that people do make money online, some legitimately, some not. I trust Leonard and respect the man. So, with that said, I want to talk a little bit about what's happening and some issues that other people can avoid with these Chrysler vans. And, you know, they're Chrysler vans, and I think this one's a Voyager, but it pretty much falls in the same, I think it's the same van essentially. It's a town and country, and the Dodge Grand Caravan and Caravans. So the Voyager series is essentially the same car, because they all seem to suffer the same symptoms on certain issues. The first that I've noticed, having owned several Dodges, numerous Dodges, and Grand Caravan, as well as the Town Country, is this, and this vehicle. See the water puddle here? You have to be especially careful with this car when it gets wet underneath. I don't know what it is. I think it's a design flaw, and I think these cars should be recalled. But when they get wet, when you hit water, like water splashes up under there, it completely loses power steering. Yeah, talk about a danger factor. So then after it runs for a few more seconds, the steering comes back. But if you didn't know that, and even if you do know, and when you hit water, like standing water, there's a chance you're going to lose your power steering. You don't completely lose steering. You can still steer the vehicle, but it's not easy to turn anymore. You have to grab it and use it as a manual steering. So that seems to be a design issue with these things. Another one seems to be some electrical problems, which, this particular model had when I first got it. It told me that all you had to do was reset it by holding down the odometer, turn off everything, and hold down the odometer button, the trip reset button, and it would cycle through and reset the computer, and everything would work. Well, I did reset the computer, and everything doesn't work. So, and another known issue with these Chrysler and Dodge is transmission issues, which may be what this is all about when people are complaining about the transmission. I don't know if they're complaining because it gets locked into limp mode, or if the transmission actually fails. I guess being stuck in limp mode means the transmission has failed. Now, a lot of people said they fixed the problem by changing the sensors, the in sensor and the out sensor. I tried changing the out sensor, I think, and it didn't fix the problem. I didn't bother trying to change the in sensor because I don't want to shell out any more money. But and what else? I do know that if you have like erratic behavior, like with the dash on these vehicles, where the dash freaks out and blinks and does weird stuff, it's usually a bad battery connection. You just need to tighten down your battery, or you have a weak battery. The system flakes out when the battery's not strong. So I point these out because despite these problems, I still like the Grand Caravan and the Town and Country, and would actually get another one, even knowing all these problems, because I know them and I know how to resolve them. But I wanted to point it out because a lot of people keep asking me what van I recommend or what van I think is the best. I've had a Pontiac Montana, which I really loved the layout inside, but it had a overheating issue with the head gasket, and it seems like a lot of them I see online for sale have the same problem. Usually when you have a problem with these vehicles, it's the same. It's like a manufacturing flaw. So they created the problem at the factory, and they continue to sell the vehicle even though it's a known issue. At least that's what it seems like, because when you have pretty much 70 or 90% of your vehicles all showing the same symptoms, I tend to think it's not isolated, but a design issue. Like I said, I did like the Pontiac Montana, and they do have some pictures and stuff for that build on my Living in a Van Facebook page. Not the group, but the page. So if you go into the photos and that's on that page, I think you can see them. And the reason I liked it was like a lot of room, and the side windows, the passenger side windows on the middle windows, they actually opened. Whereas on the Caravans, the Grand Caravan, the Town and Country, and the Voyager, the side windows don't open. I mean the middle windows. And that's important if you're trying to live in the vehicle, because it allows like full circulation. You can open the front windows, you can open the rear windows, and you can open the side windows. So the whole vehicle inside, when you parked, you can get a really nice breeze blowing through. The Grand Caravan and the Town and Country, only the front windows and the rear windows can be open. So the middle windows don't open at all. I do like vans that have openings on both sides. As far as side doors, you know, the side passenger door, I like them to open on both sides so that you can access from both sides if you wish to. And if you're parked in the middle of nowhere, out in the boonies, you can open all the doors and windows. Well, actually, you just open all the doors, and you get a really nice breeze. And the vehicle, you know, it's nice to lay in and just chill out, like at the beach or something. But those are my thoughts on the vehicle, and I wanted to explain to you what happened to the missing episode and why it got removed. I do not believe it was a scam, although, you know, some people may not like the model of how it works and stuff like that. I don't think Leonard would be involved in a scam, and I apologize that the posting caused him so much grief, you know. But I do ask that, you know, people be careful about spewing things saying that something's a scam and whatnot without fully checking it out. Check it out first and then let people know what it is exactly, you know, instead of making a blanket statement, because every case may be different. And I myself have had some, you know, online businesses where I sold software and stuff that was semi-successful. That was before everything fell apart for me. I'm actually working back towards that to try to get some software going to make some money off software, but the market has changed tremendously over the last, 17 years. That's when my business was up and doing really well. It's been a while, and you know, the shareware market's gone. Most games and applications nowadays are pretty much given away freely, and they make money off a subscription basis. So, you know, you have to buy upgrades and things like that. So, I'm talking about games, you know. Some of you think, what's he talking about? Well, that's how most games work, and I'm a game programmer, so now that I'm back into a sticks and bricks and have pretty much full-time access to the internet at decent speeds and stuff, as soon as I can get settled down and settled in and not have to deal with crises every day, I'm going to start trying to develop my games again and finish them up and marketing them and seeing how they do. But just want to let you guys know what's going on, why the episode is missing, and I wanted to apologize for Leonard. I do appreciate those of you who are trying to protect me and other users or other subscribers. Your efforts are appreciated, but please make sure you actually check out the system itself, and you know, then to make a decision. And I would say let people know, because you know, what works for one person may not work for another, and what some people like may not work for you. I myself am weary of you know, a lot of online things, but I don't automatically label them a scam just because they're online, or you know, they're being marketed as a way for other people to make money. Like, you have those people selling vitamins, you have people selling timeshares, you have people selling all sorts of stuff online, and you know, those are online opportunities. I went ahead and passed it on for a friend's request, and that's pretty much what happened. In the meantime, I hope your day is a lot drier than mine, and I want to wish you all safe and nice week, the rest of the week. Take care now.